I think we're ready to get this show on the road. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are in for a treat tonight. In front of you is the Prairieview 4th grade beginning band, and behind me is the Lakeview 7th and 8th grade Symphonic Winds. So yeah, you can give them a clap. Yeah. So for those newbies in the crowd, those of you who have their oldest child sitting right next to me here, and this is your first time, you are in for a treat. Not only do you get to see your child perform for the first time, and it is a glorious occasion for that, you're also going to see what they're going to sound like in 4 or 5 years. And those of you who have their youngest child sitting over to my left and have not heard this in a while, you're going to see some significant improvement for those of you sitting there. And I don't mean that as an insult at all. The sounds coming out of the youngsters right next to me here are glorious, and this is where it all starts. This is where it starts. It's so cool. I did this for almost 20 years as a beginning band director, and there's nothing more fun than the excitement of a concert. And here we are at our very first one. So we're going to get going pretty quick. So those of you sitting here, so you haven't heard these people behind us yet, unless you've been to one of our concerts. So you're in for a treat. That is you in 4 or 5 years. So think about that. And without any further ado, let me introduce Mr. Tedeschi and the Prairieview Beginning Band.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ohlsen. Before we get rolling with tonight's program, we are going to give you all an opportunity to get a photo of your child, because that's what we're here for, to make some memories and get some awesome photos as well. So right now, all students, make sure your stand is down below so that we can see your face. This is your opportunity throughout the concert to get the best photo you can of your child right now. So let's all give a big smile for our parents. All right. Boys and girls, let's go to first position now. Let's go to first position. And right now, beginning band, go ahead, re-raise your stand back at the appropriate height so that you are able to see your music. So tonight, you are going to hear all that we have been doing in these first 3.5 months or so of playing our instruments. It's crazy to think that this journey started just back in October with our first lessons, honking away on our mouthpieces, making some of those ugly sounds you might remember, and hopefully at home, those sounds have gotten better throughout the course of the coming months. So we are going to kind of walk you through the basics and fundamentals that we start our students with, starting with our first sounds, and this is our first note of the day. Now it's not much, but getting 71 students to try to play together and stop together is a bigger feat than you might imagine. And that's what we start with our fundamentals, is making sure we all start with a good sound, we can play together, and we can stop together. And that's what builds all the fundamentals of building a band. Now we're going to start changing notes with some deep breaths. Thank you. So we take the fundamentals of our note reading and our starts and stops and put that together to start creating different songs. The next two songs you're about to hear start expanding our rhythms where we get faster notes, such as half notes. So this one is half note rock. And then after that you'll hear Steppin Up. Thank you. So that combined a few different elements of different note reading, moving faster with our rhythms, and then changing notes at a faster rate. As we work through the year, we start getting different and more different rhythms and more notes. So this next time here, although we're only using one note, it was used to help us introduce quarter notes, which is a faster rhythm that the students learn. So you're going to hear rhythm time, but it's all going to be on one note. Thank you. So we really try to focus on getting the students to really play together and know when they're playing and when they're resting. One thing we do in our lessons a lot is we work on identifying our notes by saying them. And that's what we're actually going to do this first time of Rising Rhythms. We're actually going to say our notes. And this is something that I encourage the students to do at home when practicing, is saying the notes so that they can practice reading them aloud. So everyone, let's say our notes and move our fingers for rhythm time. Rising Rhythms. 1, and 2, Say your notes and toot and ready, go. Good. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, you might have heard them saying different notes than each other, and you're probably wondering, they didn't all say the same note. That wasn't good at all. But raise your hand if you play an E to start on this line. And raise your hand if you play a D to start this line. And raise your hand if you play a B to start this line. So each instrument has different notes that they're reading as we're playing this. So it's super important that everyone's focusing on their individual part to play the song correctly. So now we're going to play this song and it's all going to come together to sound correct. Here is Rising Rhythms. Thank you. So now, as we've started getting more complex rhythms and more notes, we start combining that to create longer, more complex songs. And that's what you're going to hear with these last three. This first one here is a fun one that they really like called Stepping Stones. Thank you. Now, if you've ever been to a beginning band concert before, you might have heard this next one. It is a classic in the band world. It is called Hot Cross Buns. Or maybe on a recorder for the 1000th time at home, who knows? A timeless classic. It's a favorite amongst the kids. It's a favorite amongst you guys. We love playing it for you. And this last one here, Little Robin Redbreast, is a fun little folk tune that uses all 5 notes. And that's what kind of builds the fundamentals for our introductory songs, is using all 5 notes of our scale. So this last one is using all those notes and rhythms. Thank you so much. So that concludes just this portion of the program, but they have one more song that they are going to be playing for you tonight, and it is going to be combined with our 7th and 8th graders, and that is a song called Jingle Bells Extreme. Now you're probably wondering where the extreme comes in, and that is these fine 70 folks playing the heck out of Jingle Bells. So, we are going to bring up those students, and then we're going to introduce the piece. So 7th and 8th graders who are playing. Yeah, good call. So boys and girls, go to the seat that has your name tag on it now. So this piece here was actually written by Mr. Ohlsen a few years ago as a way to integrate both the beginning band and the older students. So it's a way for us to kind of start seeing what it's going to be like as these students start playing more complex songs. So that's kind of the history behind this song. Big round of applause. Weren't they great? Yes, thank you so much. The rest of the year is going to be a really, really fun time for this group. We are going to start getting into a lot more songs like you are hearing with this group here, with multiple parts happening, and what you'll kind of hear with the 7th and 8th graders. So that is what we have to look forward to for our spring concert in May. Right now, we are going to do the quickest possible transition to get all of these wonderful students out, our 7th and 8th grader students in, and switch groups around. So if you could just hang tight, We will be back shortly. We have some chocolate bars from Fannie Mae and World's Finest for sale out in the lobby, so that might be a great time to go get that. And then we will resume our program very shortly. So thank you.
All right. You say the notes on that one? Oh, just kidding. How about it, man? That is so cool for me to hear that, even after all these years. That's where it starts. So think about professional musicians and people that you hear on the radio, on albums, on movies. They all started in a gym or a small auditorium or a small band room, just like that. And it's very cool to see that process. The kids behind me have been playing or they're in their 4th or 5th year of playing, and hopefully the 8th graders especially go on to play a few more years, at least in high school. And it's so cool to see all of my former students that I started in the Prairieview band room over at South, as I get to see them grow up even more and listen to them play and improve, and it's just such a cool thing for me. The little chorale, we try to do a chorale like that most every day, maybe some technical work just to kind of work on skills, work on balance, work on sound, and that's what it turns into. So without any further ado, we'd like to play a couple tunes that we played at our fall concert, and as we're not quite ready for some of the fresh ones that we just started a few days ago. And this first one is a piece called Skygliding with Mr. T.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that piece was so fun to work with those kids. They really took the challenge of some of those complicated rhythms and challenging note figures, and really did some really wonderful things with that. It's always a great time getting to work with kind of both groups, because you get to see, as Mr. Ohlsen said, where they started and then where they come in just a short amount of time. So that's what we really hope you take away from tonight is, where is your child going in this program? What can they accomplish with just a few short years and a consistent practice schedule and some dedication? So we really hope that you are enjoying getting to witness what can just happen in a short amount of time. We'll do this now so that we can have an easy and quick transition out, but we have many thank yous that we want to give to a few people. First, to all of our administrators here at District 66, Dr. Lyles, Mrs. Fitzgerald, Mr. Little, all of the school board, our administrators in the district office, they are a huge support to this program and allowing us to have a well-rounded music education in District 66. So let's give them all a round of applause. Additionally, we cannot do this without a wonderful custodian staff here at Lakeview. They help with all the chairs, the tear down, cleaning the school so that we have a nice facility to rehearse in. So let's give them a huge round of applause as well. I want to give a special shout out to any of the 4th or 5th grade teachers who are here supporting their beginning band students tonight. If you're in the audience, just go ahead and give a wave or something, but let's give them a big round of applause for their support as band teachers. And then this one is the most important one. This thank you goes out to all of you. Thank you for supporting your child and giving them a well-rounded, boys and girls, we are still audience members, so we are still listening. You are the ones helping them get to rehearsal on time, helping them find their instrument when they just misplaced it and they think it's lost or someone stole it, helping them organize their music. So thank you for all that you do in supporting your child's music education. So students, let's give our parents a huge, huge, huge round of applause. And last, I want to thank Dr. Wise, who he has just been so supportive of this program and his continued recommendation of students being involved in this. We cannot do that without him, so let's give him a huge round of applause as well. Before we play our last tune, when we dismiss here, we are going to let all of these students exit first. So if we could please just stay tight before all students have exited, that's going to allow, for the beginners, you are going to be able to go and safely put your instruments away, and then you will find your parents in the lobby, all right? For 7th and 8th graders, we are going to take our stuff back to the band room, and then we are going to come back and help rack chairs, stands, percussion. We're going to get anything that can be wheeled as soon as possible. So that is going to happen as soon as you put your stuff away. And then once we clear the gym of the students, we will be able to let everyone else out in an easy and orderly fashion. So we hope you enjoy our last piece of the night. I believe once Mr. Ohlsen is all set, we will be on with that, but the last piece is entitled March of the Clowns. attending tonight's performance, ladies and gentlemen. We have pictures and chocolate available for sale in the lobby. So we are going to have the 4th graders exit through those doors back there to get them out. 7th and 8th graders, take your chairs, flip your stands over, head to the band room, and then you can find your student in the lobby.